You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards.
Wait a
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Stupid president. Country is in big trouble.
I know.
First contacts with the new U.S. administration give certain hopes. There is mutual determination to work restoration of relations between two countries.
So Zelensky and his team are in disarray. Trump has fully embraced Russia and Europe is scrambling to respond. The Western alliance is unraveling and Russia is watching all of it with satisfaction. Vladimir Putin is planning his next moves. Amid this chaos, he wants to maximize his gains, first by playing to Trump's ego. Just like Washington, Moscow has blamed Zelensky for the fiasco on Friday. Russia says Ukraine is the one rejecting peace. Now, we know that Russia and the US are holding direct talks. If they reach a peace deal, the US and Russia, can they force Ukraine to accept it? Moscow is not so sure. It believes a direct deal between Russia and the US won't be enough to end the war.
The Kiev regime and Zelensky do not want peace. They want the war to continue. So in this situation, of course, only Washington's efforts and Moscow's willingness will clearly not be enough.
That's a significant statement from Russia. Putin holds the upper hand. The Russians feel victory is close, but it is not a done deal. Perhaps that's why Putin is playing hardball. Ever since Trump extended a hand of friendship, the Russian president has held his cards close to his chest. Like when Trump spoke with Putin, he claimed that they had reached an agreement. Trump said they had agreed to begin ceasefire talks. But Putin told a different story.
During the phone conversation and at the meeting in Riyadh, we certainly touched on issues related to the Ukrainian crisis. However, it was not discussed in essence. We only agreed that we would approach it.
So Trump says we are talking peace, but Putin says we've only agreed to discuss it. He knows that Trump wants a deal, and Trump wants it quickly. But Putin has proven to be the master of strategic patience. After the clash at the White House, he has spelled out more demands. Russia now wants the US to contain Europe first.
As for peacekeepers, they say, we are preparing so many thousands of peacekeepers, and we will provide peacekeepers with air cover. This is also impudent. Firstly, no one asks us, and Trump understands everything. He said that it is too early to say when there will be a settlement. You can discuss this issue, but the consent of the parties will be needed.
That was Sergei Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister. He was referring to the European leaders, those who want to secure Ukraine by sending their own troops or peacekeepers. Earlier, Donald Trump had declared that Russia won't object to this, that Moscow will be fine with European troops in Ukraine. But clearly, Russia has a problem with that. Lavrov says they won't allow it. And that's not the only point of difference. The US and Russia also have different priorities when it comes to a peace deal. Trump wants a quick ceasefire. In his own words, he wants to, quote-unquote, stop the death. But Putin wants a wider deal, a deal that addresses the, quote-unquote, root causes of the war. In other words, a deal that addresses issues like Ukraine's NATO membership or NATO-like security guarantees for Kiev, pushing NATO out of Eastern Europe. This includes both the physical troop presence and NATO military assets in the region. Russia also wants to limit the size of Ukraine's military. Putin wants a deal which covers all of these demands. And that means there won't be a quick agreement because this negotiation on all of these points could take months. And the US cannot do it alone. Even if Trump offers Putin the best terms, he cannot give unilateral guarantees on all these issues. He will have to involve Europe. At least that is Putin's calculation. He wants what he calls a fundamental solution to the Ukraine crisis.
It was they who made the start of serious dialogue possible with their heroism and daily victories. The dialogue about fundamental solution of Ukrainian and other crises, including, we also talk about it and we never rejected it, peaceful solutions.
A fundamental solution, not a quick fix. That's what Vladimir Putin wants. He's in a strong position to raise such sweeping demands. He has managed to achieve some of the core objectives behind starting this war in Ukraine. Putin has weakened Kiev, both politically and diplomatically. He has managed to deepen the divisions in the West, and now he's dictating the terms and the pace of the peace talks. The pressure is on Donald Trump, the American president. He has to live up to his reputation of a deal maker. Putin won't make it easy for him. Russia's intentions are quite clear. Putin doesn't just want a deal, he wants to make the West pay a price for it.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogon, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.